Howdy y'all, my name's Kenneth. I'm the new guy here at Syntaur. You can usually find me on the phones or filling orders, but all the time jamming some funky Prince and Rick James and Morris Day and the Time style music. So I had a gig last night and came to work today with all of my gear, and Lucas had the idea of doing a walkthrough on how to make a kind of mid 80s punk funk style jam. We're not going to be recreating any particular Prince song or anything like that, and obviously we won't have funky guitars and real drums or slap bass, which are crucial, but we're going to show you what you can do with just a poly synth and a drum machine, so I hope you dig it. So today we're going to be using a Juno-106. I'm sure Prince stumbled across one at some point. I think Dr. Fink played one on the Parade tour. But they usually used Oberheims and stuff like that, but today we're using the 106. And I'm also using a TR-6S drum machine with some LM1 samples, which are very crucial to Prince's sound. But first off, I want to start by talking about the way Prince would record and compose songs. He was very prolific and spontaneous, and he didn't spend a lot of time looking for sound. He would strike when the inspiration was there, and they would hit it and start recording. So as I mentioned before, the LM1 drum machine was a huge part of Prince's sound. It was, I think it was the first drum machine that used samples of a real kit, and he was one of the first people to get one. He modified it so they could use it on tour, and it's just, I think, Private Joy on the album Controversy was the first time he used it, which is one of my personal favorites. But the most important part, in my opinion, of the LM1 sound and Prince's character was the pitched down rim shots that sound like this. And in context, huge part of his sound. He would pitch things down and do different things. He would run the individual outputs of his Linndrum through different Boss guitar pedals and get all sorts of crazy different sounds. So I feel like it's a huge part of his sound from Controversy on. So first we're going to start with a little funky drum beat that I put together. Pretty straightforward, and now we're going to lay down a bass line. I think it's most important that he would mix a lot of real bass and synth bass, so I'm going to start with kind of a softer, more low-end type sound just to get the backbone of it, and then we'll add some funky little flavor to it. So here we go. Pretty straightforward, get a little groove going, and let's come up with a B section for it. So now we're going to add a little funky flavor, like I was saying, something like this. That'll work. Here we go. So next, we gotta add some strings. But we need to have chorus, Juno-106, of course. So let's see how that fits in. So next, we gotta have some funky fake horn stabs. And then also some sort of maybe a lead line. So let's see if we can fit that in the mix. So a little trick that I like to do in my songs that I've learned from Prince is I call it the one Note Bandit, where I'll take an octave and just kind of have that trucking along in the background. Just does it on songs like I Want to Be Your Lover and things like that. It just keeps it grooving a little bit. So here we go. So it looks like we got all of our different components. We got the drums, we got the bass, we got some little funky things here and there, and I hope it's funky enough for y'all. Let us know in the comments. But now I'm just gonna kind of play what we got, do a couple dynamic changes and stuff, and let's groove. All right, y'all, that's all I got for y'all today. Thanks again for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to Syntaur and modulate.